What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Planet of Doubt channel, where we doubt everything. I'm here with the squad. My name is Chris.
CX Drive.
Asia.
Man, eat.
And it's your boy John Lewis. Welcome back to another segment we like to call One Gotta R.I.P. So today we spun the wheel, and today my dog Asiel will be giving us four options. We don't know what these options are just yet, but once he says them out loud, we all have to decide which one has to R.I.P. And Asiel, tell the audience what you got for us.
All right, so today the category I have for us are classic Nickelodeon TV shows. Cartoons to be specific. Let me start with SpongeBob is not on the list.
Wow.
It's not on the list. Okay.
No, but it will be noted, I think SpongeBob is the greatest cartoon to come out of Nickelodeon.
100%.
So we're going to start with that.
Yeah,
I would have been too easy. I didn't want to
co-sign.
put that in. So now the actual list goes.
That's the graduation of the of Nickelodeon.
Yeah, for sure. Fairly Odd Parents,
Okay.
Rugrats,
Okay.
Jimmy Neutron, and Hey Arnold.
Oh, damn, Asiel.
Damn, this is like new school and old school. Like, well, for us, like for our generation.
Yeah,
You really
kind
gonna make me decide between these four?
It would have been different.
That intro alone, we can't get rid of that intro.
Bro.
They were snapping on the
dog.
lyrical miracle.
Yo,
My
word,
croissant.
man. And my dog Arnold with the coolest room of all time.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
That is gonna be tough. Oh,
So you said Jimmy Neutron, Rugrats,
Fairly Odd
Parents,
And
and
Hey
Hey
Arnold.
Arnold.
damn, son.
I wanted to keep it within everybody's
Yeah.
age. I had to
There's
consider-
definitely 90s
Yeah.
and 2000s in there.
Yeah. I could have gone with a couple newer things, but I know
It would
me
have
and Chris
been
are the
easy.
youngest ones, so I have to make it a little tougher.
I watched all these shows growing up.
Fairly Odd Parents, but I don't know. I can't get rid of that, dog.
Nah, that's a classic,
Like
man.
you talk about a kid who got fairies, and, and like they can literally grant him any wish that he wants.
Yeah.
It was exciting to see what he wished for the next episode. That's a classic original idea. I don't know if I could get rid of that one, dog. And then, like I said, the intro is just like a classic.
Oh yeah, that song
Like,
is
they're
that song is
snapping.
fire.
Like,
Yeah.
somebody
they had
like,
all the hits. My shiny teeth in me.
Yo,
My
word,
shiny
dog.
teeth
in.
Yeah, Chip Skylark, dog.
Chip Skylark is the biggest
oh my god.
pop star sensation to come out of the U.S. in the past.
Yo, facts.
What was the
dog,
superhero,
yo.
Mr. Chin? Super Chin? Was his name?
Disney
Crimson
has
The Crimson Chin.
If I had my beard, that would
Disney
be
has Hannah
cool.
Montana, and then Nickelodeon has Chip Skylark. Like that's
And then they had to do that. It's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of the fairies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jorgen von Strangle.
Oh
the,
my
the strong
God.
chin, boy.
And Doug Dimmadome, home with a Disney
and the
Dimmadome.
Crimson, oh, and the Crimson Chin. Speaking of strong chins, dog, the
Yes,
Crimson
dog.
Chin, yo, come on, man.
He was
had everything.
lit, dog.
What was
And not
the
only
bad
that-
guy for it? Negative. What?
The nigga chin,
Oh.
the nigga chin, yeah.
What?
And that show also had an anime episode, which is fucking
Really?
fire. So it's
What
like,
the
yeah,
hell?
there
I
was
know
an
that.
anime. Well,
Wow.
if you watch the episode where they go like through the different channels, like the
Mhm.
last one they go to is like Dragon Ball Z type of shit.
What
Like,
the
yeah, it's
heck?
fire. That's what I'm saying. Like, damn. That's
And then the babysitter was Vicky.
Yeah.
Vicky,
yeah,
Vicky.
yeah.
Yeah, she was annoying, dog. Trying to rat out my dog. She was trying to 6ix9ine my dog every chance she could. Dog.
I would be lying to
Man.
you if I told you Wanda and Cosmo didn't help raise me as a kid.
Those
Yeah,
names are
she was-
lit too. Wanda and
Wanda and
Cosmo.
Cosmo.
That's
Oh,
lit.
One time for the greatest scapegoat of all time, Tinkleberg.
Oh.
Yo, word, man. My dog.
Tinkleberg.
Kinkleberg.
You're to blame for everything.
Bro, he's to blame for 2020, man.
Damn, dog.
Tinkleberg.
What was
So
the name of the professor again? The guy who was
Crocker.
fairies?
Crocker.
Crocker. Yeah.
Damn, dog. He knew the whole time and nobody believed him. He knew
Yeah,
the
my
whole
dog
time
was ahead of the game. He was the only one ahead of the game. There
and
was an
nobody
episode where he
believed him.
figured it
man.
out too.
The parents were dumb though.
Oh
like
no, they were stupid.
Timmy's parents.
Everything he got from the internet, and they
Mom was
believed
kind of thick though.
everywhere.
This guy.
Not thicker than Jimmy Neutron's mom, though. I don't know.
Oh, we'll get there.
For sure.
Yeah,
Thicker than a snicker.
bro. If you had the hair, the beauty mark, I don't know, man.
It's crazy how
That's
Timmy.
so funny.
It's crazy how Timmy Turner turned into Danny Phantom, but We'll get
Yes.
into that another episode.
Yes. I can see
Yeah,
this. I
facts,
like this
facts.
conspiracy theory that we have going on.
Yeah.
The fan theories.
Facts, facts.
But then okay, so then we got Jimmy Neutron, which anybody can
blast.
always shut your ass. Anybody, everybody can appreciate a show where they're inventing stuff,
Yeah.
like always new experimentation, science. Like it's a pretty well-rounded show.
Where you have the coolest pet of all time, dog.
Yes.
Come on, man.
That's true. The recycle dog. I see.
Yes.
I always find it kind of weird that show because the animation in like the 3D and like the people look so weird, but that show was too lit.
Yeah,
That's true.
the actual content of the show was incredible. I was watching highlights earlier when I was trying to come up with the list. It was just so good. Some of the writing, if you go back and look at it, some of the writing is ahead of its time.
Is it the baby Rick and Morty in like the science concept world?
Nah, I don't
Another
think that
conspiracy.
I don't think
Putting
it
it
goes
here.
over there.
Maybe like a
Neutron's
little
baby
adopted
Rick.
cousin, something.
Who were the friends? It was Carl
Sheen, Carl,
Weasley.
Sheen.
and
Gene
Eugene.
Estevez, and Carl Weezer.
Oh my god.
My
That's
croissants.
Obsessed with
Who
the
was the
llamas,
teacher
and
with the
then
long
Yes.
nose?
Mrs. What the hell was her
I don't
name,
remember her
dog?
name.
It was
She's
like
always
poultry,
like a bird.
something like that. Yeah, it was something like that.
Bro, but do you remember the crossover episodes?
Mrs.
Oh
Fowl.
yes,
That's what it was. Mrs. Fowl.
The
Jimmy
crossover episodes between
Power
Jimmy
Hour.
Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents?
I saw.
Oh damn, they're working together.
Legendary.
Yeah,
Legendary,
yeah.
dog.
Collab.
Legendary.
Collab.
They had
The Off-White collab.
Those are the Watch the Throne of shows, of cartoons.
Oh my god.
they had their own Avengers. They formed together.
Oh my god, word, yo. Nick Fury had to pop in there, right? That's crazy.
We should also note that Jimmy Neutron, up there with the SpongeBob, one of the greatest movies in terms of cartoons to ever be
Yeah.
made.
Jimmy
I think that
Neutron.
movie is extremely
I vaguely remember it.
Yeah,
slept on.
I don't. Was it with the aliens?
Yes, and they
Okay.
abduct all the
Okay, yeah.
parents, and the
Yeah,
kids
I
are
do
wilding,
remember.
and then they
Oh,
exchange
yeah.
out of like
Yeah.
amusement park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
remember now.
I
Hey,
gotta rewatch
Rugrats
it.
that
had,
but-
movie
had the
was-
fire movies
Yes,
too, though.
Rugrats.
Yeah.
I can't forget
Rugrats
Rugrats with the
Paris
movie.
made
Jimmy
me cry
Neutron
today.
movie was nominated. The Jimmy
Yo.
Neutron movie was nominated for an Oscar in 2001.
No way.
Really?
Nah. Are you serious?
I
What?
promise.
No way.
Jimmy Neutron, Shrek, and Monsters Inc.
An Oscar?
Damn.
An
That's
Oscar.
a
That
crazy
movie-
Those are
lineup.
heavy hitters.
That movie's
Word.
that movie's slept on. I'm telling you.
That's
Damn.
crazy. That's,
I gotta
that's
rewatch
fire.
that one.
That's fire. Hell yeah. That's fire. You know,
And then
this
my
is
dog's
dog.
hair, fool. You know how long it takes to keep that hair, dude? You know how
he
much
got the-
pomade?
He got the devices ready.
Yeah, word. It
Does
not
it
for him.
for
Dog,
And then
that's crazy.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Hey,
The
The
end.
monkey in the
The three-eyed monk. Was he three
Word.
eyes, right? Three-eyed monkey.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
it was his
Yeah.
pineal gland, Jose.
All
It's
right.
the third eye. Open your
Third eye.
mind.
Okay.
Come on, man. Come on.
Open
You
your
know what's crazy,
conscience.
dog? Like all four of these shows as a kid were my favorite cartoon at different times. Like
Oh yeah.
this,
of
this is
course.
like for me, this is tough, bro. Like you said, man, Jimmy like writing ahead of his time. And what I like about Jimmy too, probably above all of them, is that actually no, I take that back. I can't even say that. But the all around cast is good in literally all of these, dog. Like it's tough, man.
They're all essential.
Yeah. So Jimmy, obviously, with like the futuristic shit, the Fairly Odd Parents probably was the funniest one of the four. Like in terms of comedy, I'm gonna probably give it to that
I'll
one.
probably say, yeah.
Yeah, I think Cosmo is probably like one of the funnier characters made. Like just period.
Stupid.
Yeah, and not only that, but Jimmy, like, not Jimmy, Timmy had like so many adventures as a kid that like I really liked. So, for example, like I said, there was an episode where he went into an anime, and I loved anime. There was an episode where he went into a comic book, and I love comic books. There was an episode where he went into a video game, and I love video games.
No, yeah, he did everything, man.
Yeah, he did everything you could possibly want to do. Man.
Everything a kid
Well,
would want.
When you have Fairly Odd Parents.
Speaking of adventures, though, like the Rugrats, that's what they
Yes.
kind of did. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
the babies, like they made their own adventures at all time too.
Tommy.
And
Baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do, dog.
Tommy,
and he had the wrench
Angelica.
on deck for the haters, dog. Just in case, dog. He had the toolie on him at all times. Dog.
with
How
the,
you
with the
think about
diapers. Oh my god.
Yo, word.
I
and
think my
again,
favorite
like I said-
character was Chucky. On the
Yeah, Chucky Finster. Yeah, he was dope. He was definitely dope. Tommy to me is the GOAT. I
Yeah,
think Tommy is
Tommy.
legitimately
The leader,
one of the
fool.
best. one of the best leaders in early
No,
children's
yeah.
animation. Like was Tommy Pickles. Like,
What were
Oh
the
my
twins'
God.
names?
today? Like,
What were the twins' names?
I don't know.
Forgot about the twins.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I can't
remember
remember
Tommy,
their name.
Chucky, Angelica.
Phil and Lil.
There were
Robin?
2 twins, right?
Jill
2
and
boys.
Lil.
He just said it.
Phil and Lil. Phil and
Oh,
Lil.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, Phil and Lil.
That
This
show-
is tough, man.
Yeah, that show when I was a kid. I mean, that's like the most calming show. Even thinking about it now, like the intro song, dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 and then you see Tommy rolling up, and then I just remember watching that as a kid, and it was just like so soothing and like so calm.
So
and, like,
soothing.
Yeah.
Like it just got you into a mood, and like the adventures that would go on, and
Right.
Facts.
If Mace
And
made a
then-
rap song about it, you know it's lit.
if who
What was
I
it?
mean,
Mace? My dog Mace?
that's the
Mace?
standard. That is
Yes.
the standard.
that's the standard we're holding it to.
Yeah, they can only be good if Mace made a rap song.
Did Mace make a song about Fairly Odd Parents?
No, I'm just fucking with
But
you.
did they make a collab? Fairly Odd
Yeah,
Parents,
no,
Jimmy Neutron did.
Yeah, that's fact.
Yeah, Hey Arnold was
Um,
fire too. He had the classic room that everybody wishes they had.
And not only that, but
The
like
sunroof top.
when that movie was out, when that show was out, like John, both of us were, I don't know about the rest of us, but me and John for sure were living in like the city. You know what I mean? So it was like
Right.
a show about a kid living in the city. Like it was easy to relate
Right.
to, you know? So,
And my dog had to kill on deck at all times. Like he was Kanye before
Yeah.
Kanye.
yo, word, dog.
He
Word.
was watching the throne before the throne was
Do
watched.
not,
Wow.
don't
He made
ignore the
throw?
drip, dog. Don't ignore the drip. with
The-
Arnold.
he had
His
the
movie was fire.
snapback
Yeah.
right in the middle, just a tiny little.
Yeah, he was
You remember
definitely ahead
when
of
you
his
go
time.
to the baseball games and you get the little snap ice cream
The
cup?
ice cream helmets.
That one had a quick snap.
Yeah,
The
that was
football
crazy,
head.
son.
Yeah, that's like another, the animation wise, like everybody knows Hey Arnold because of the football head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is a classic. Can't beat.
and he was the only
Yeah.
one of the 4 that was lit at a sport, dog. He played baseball, son. He was
That's
fire.
true.
So
And they
that's
played
like the
baseball
only- the
between
only
buildings.
athlete. He
Where
made
they
a
just had
baseball
grass.
field. He made a fucking baseball field.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, man.
And the
That's
grandpa
dog.
was lit too. He didn't give a shit.
Yo, hell yeah, dog. He was hilarious.
And
I
his
saw. I
boy-
actually read a thing that like, because there's just like this constant joke with that show that you don't know Arnold's last name. Like they never say it throughout the whole show.
Mm.
And then the creator, I think it was either the creator or one of the writers, said he was like, "What are you talking about? Like, Grandpa says his last name all the time. He calls him Shortman. His name is Arnold Shortman."
Really?
Oh
Like,
my
what?
God.
Yeah.
Sure.
Man, one of them said that, and I was like, "That's bullshit, bro." Get the
Yeah,
fuck out of
nah,
here."
he's reaching.
Yeah.
He's reaching.
Yeah, word.
It is
But
conspiracy.
I just thought that was funny. But
What was his boy's
damn,
name?
son.
Was it Eddie? With the flat top. What was his name?
Nah, that was Gerald.
Gerald.
Which, by
Oh,
the
yeah,
way,
I didn't know.
representation, African American in the main cast. Like that's that's
Word.
another thing.
Definitely. Rocking the high top fade.
Yeah, facts.
You never knew if that was his hair or his head shaped. Like, what if he would have shaved that off? Does he have a flat top?
That's
I don't know.
ugly.
That would have been
I
weird.
can't
as
even think about that.
What was the girl's name that was
He would have been
obsessed with him?
March.
That was obsessed with
Angelica.
No,
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 that's Rugrats.
Oh, that's right.
Helga?
Yeah.
Was it Helga?
Helga?
Helga.
Yeah, there you go.
Yo,
I'm
the
like, it was
most
something
obsessed
German sounding,
kid.
yeah.
I've ever seen it in my life. She had the
No,
whole
she
closet
she
with the
was
shrine.
disturbed. Yes.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
You
That
imagine?
little girl needed professional help, dog. Like,
Oh,
that
she
was-
did have
with
the
the,
shrine.
with the little doll, the little voodoo doll that she had of Hey Arnold.
Fam, I don't want anyone to like me that much. I'm sorry.
With
Like
all
that's-
pictures on the wall and shit. No, that's
Nah,
crazy.
that's wild.
Obsessed to the other level.
Yo, Asiel, man, I hate you for this, dog.
Nah,
I
yeah,
really
this,
do.
this
'Cause,
list.
like,
It had to be done. And if I'm being honest with you guys, Rugrats and Hey Arnold, I never watched growing up because when they were out, I didn't have cable when I was younger. I was on the PBS, WB Kids,
you watching Arthur?
and when Arthur, all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, don't get me started. Walking down the street.
My dog with the
That's a lit
headphones with
song.
the ears up here.
That's a lit song. I love the. I mean, Arthur is the.
I
goat.
mean,
Dog.
I said, but even with what you said, like, I probably watched those shows more than you, and I still think that those two might be ones that I might have to consider.
really,
R.I.P. Like,
I am surprised.
to me, Fairly Odd Parents, I can't get rid of that. And then right when Chris started singing the theme song to Rugrats, I'm like, wait, I can't get rid of
It's
that.
the fire.
When that hits,
Yeah.
you know you're about to take a seat and just as a kid just watch.
Grab your
Yo,
milk
John,
and just
we got
join
wait.
Oh, what a mood.
Talking about Rugrats, I don't know which. I think the show is when I think like they grow up. It's not the grown up versions.
They're like teenagers.
Not that one. Not that. That's like the whole other show. I'm talking about those episode in Rugrats where they're grown up. I was so scared
it's
of.
like their same. It's their same heads on like
I
adult
was so
bodies.
afraid of that episode as a kid. I don't know why. Just seeing the little baby body and a big ass, it was so freaky to me.
Yeah.
Just like
it's funny to see the artwork that the fans make, like for the Rugrats grown up, or like Hey Arnold grown up,
like today's style clothing and stuff.
Right.
I wish Rocket Power would have been one of these four, because it would have been, even though I like that show, it would have been easier to decide. If I'm making a decision, though,
I love Rocket Power.
Yeah, no, it's a good show. So here's the thing.
This is tough.
Like, yeah, like I'm not really gonna do this in terms of show quality, just because, again, like all these shows were my favorite show at different times in my life. So for me personally, the only fair way I could do this is the one that was my favorite for the least amount of time. And this is in no fault of the show. It's just I was growing up. That's literally all it was. And that was Jimmy Neutron. Like Jimmy came like later on, and I was moving away from cartoons. So solely based off of
R.I.P. Jimmy.
Yes. Solely based off of that, I'm gonna R.I.P. Jimmy.
R.I.P.
Without Jimmy Neutron, you don't get a Phil of the Future in the future. The conspiracy.
You don't get Michael Zones.
But again, it's just because of that. Because like when I was really young, like in grade school, like I loved Rugrats, I loved Hey Arnold, and I watched those shows like crazy. And then Fairly Odd Parents came a little down the road, and it was the same thing. It was like I said, it was the funniest one of the four. So like that one, is someone that I always went to. Jimmy, while it was my favorite cartoon for a while, again, like since I was growing out of it at the time, it just didn't last that long in my life. So that's really what it is.
Respect. I like the way you broke that down. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, that's good.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. So for this list, I wouldn't say it's easy because I grew up on all these shows also.
Sure.
But the one I would have to get rid of, and I'm gonna throw an honorable mention in there also because Manny kind of threw his honorable mention in. Courage the Cowardly Dog. No, that was Cartoon Network. That was Cartoon Network.
Yeah, that was fire though. But
I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. But that's another. So for these four, I'm gonna have to get rid of Hey Arnold because I remember it the least. I think while I was growing up, it was kind of getting towards its end. I watched Jimmy Neutron every single day. I watched Rugrats religiously when I was a kid. Like I would love to watch that show. And Jimmy Neutron is one of my favorite cartoons.
Well, it's because you look like a big baby, so that makes sense.
Take off the hat.
Dr. Evil's baby.
Jimmy Neutron is one of my favorite shows of all cartoon shows of all time. So I'm gonna have to stick with Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents, and Rugrats, and I'm gonna R.I.P. Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold.
R.I.P.
I'm gonna go with Rugrats, and even though I didn't watch, first Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron, I can't get rid of those. I just grew up on those, and those were like my cartoons. As far as the other two, Rugrats and Hey Arnold, like I said earlier, I didn't watch too much growing up because it wasn't available to me. But between the two, from what I see, like from the outside, I would enjoy the themes in Hey Arnold more. It's a kid in the city. I used to live in New York in the Bronx. And it's a lot about friendship. I know him and his boy is always tight. I know it deals a lot with that.
They have one of the latest handshakes.
Yeah.
And what was the third thing? I was going to say something else, and it escaped me. Oh, and like you just said, that it revolved around sports too. There's heavy sports influence in a lot of it. So for that reason, I would choose Hey Arnold over Rugrats. But it's no slight to either of them. I respect both of them for what they are.
That kind of hurt me a little bit.
I know both of these shows are great and classics. And that's why I had to put them on this list.
So everybody got a different one so far, right?
Yeah, so that's why I want to go third.
Okay. Go ahead, Jose.
All right. So I had had one in mind in the beginning, but then out of hearing everybody talk about the shows and everything, I switched it around. And first of all, I love all these shows. All these shows I've grew up with. These are 90s and early 2000s mixing in together. I could say, as a kid growing up with the Rugrats, I probably saw maybe every single episode. I loved the Rugrats as a kid. With Hey Arnold, I did watch it a lot, but I could say I kind of wasn't feeling it too much. I did watch Hey Arnold, but I never find it like funny to me, like really funny. Just like to watch it, just to watch it.
You didn't think Monkey Man was funny?
I can't. I don't know. I can't remember that much. Even who Monkey Man is. Who's Monkey Man?
He was the superhero for the inner city, dog. Monkey Man, yeah, dog.
I don't know. For all those shows, I would have to R.I.P. I'm sorry, Hey Arnold. Like I enjoy it as a classic. I respect what it is, but I feel like out of those other three shows, they at least I have more like memorabilia into it. Like I could see myself watching it and laughing as a kid. But with Hey Arnold, not so much. But I enjoy what it is. A classic Nickelodeon show. But yeah, R.I.P. to Hey Arnold.
Yeah, I feel similar to like when you I brought up the topics. I kind of had one in mind already as well, but I think Chris helped me sway the opposite way. So I think I'm gonna have to R.I.P. Hey Arnold as well. I was gonna R.I.P. Rugrats, but as soon as he sang the theme song, I was like taken back, and I was like, yeah,
right back, man.
It was like between the room or the theme song, and it's like I could make the room in the future, but
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna R.I.P. Yeah, I'm gonna R.I.P. Hey Arnold. Same thing. Like I remember the other shows a lot more. Like just more episodes, more characters. Yeah. So we got what? We got two. We got three Hey Arnold RIPs. We got Jimmy Neutron RIP, and we got which one was yours, Chris?
I said Hey Arnold. I think what did I say?
I said Rugrats.
Okay.
Man, you said
one Rugrats, one Jimmy Neutron, and three Hey Arnolds. This was tough.
I like the diversity. Yeah, I like that everybody for the most part had a different answer.
Yeah. This also took me way back. I could just imagine being a kid again, man.
I love all those times.
Asiel, dog, thank God you didn't put SpongeBob in this because SpongeBob would have been for sure.
Yeah, I would have made it a
joke. SpongeBob, yeah, for sure.
That's the GOAT 100%.
Yeah,
I originally had SpongeBob, and I took SpongeBob out, and I put
or Rocket Power.
No
or if you had
Rocket Power, I would have probably RIP.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Nah. I liked it, but I didn't like it nearly as much as
I love Rocket Power as a kid.
Yeah.
Well, that concludes our episode and segment of One Gotta RIP. Tune in. Every time we're going to do this, it's going to be a different topic. It's going to be a different subject. You never know what you're going to get. We're going to spin the wheel and see who gets to pick the four topics for the next segment. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Actually, in the comments, you tell us what show you would RIP and why, and what was your favorite character out of all the four shows. What shows should we also have been talking about? Let us know. All right, guys. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.